Hello, wonderful people of YouTube, and welcome to the final video reacting to the first semifinal of Eurovision 2026. We have reacted to 14 countries so far. That means we only have 3 left, and those 3 in this video are going to be Belgium, San Marino, and Estonia. Wanted to say a quick thank you to everyone for the support on the semifinal reactions. We're approaching 500 subscribers already, which is absolutely mind-blowing, so thank you again. Just a quick reminder, we will be reacting to every single semifinal 2 performance as well, so if you don't want to miss any of those reactions, please consider subscribing and turning on notifications. Now, I still have no idea who actually goes through to the final. I'm going to be watching the results right after I finish these 3 videos, but wanted to make sure I get through every song first. Really curious about that. I think there is definitely a lot of strong contenders and some that have dropped off slightly. Should make it a very interesting result. Now for today's video, we are going to be starting with Belgium. And with Belgium's music video, I did really like it. I kind of said that it gave me Billie Eilish vibes, and the music video I really appreciated, so I'm excited to see how they approach the live performance. So I don't want to waste any more of your time. Let's get into Belgium. We have had a pretty strong semifinal 1 so far overall. Really excited for semifinal 2. That looks stacked as well. Let's see what Belgium's got. It's a cool design for the start. Looks like feathers flying around. Or is it just like snow, fake snow? Dancing on the ice, that would make sense if it's fake snow. I will say I feel like a few of the notes got a little away from her there, which is fine. I mean, starting a song. I do like the design, the like white. It stands out a lot. I do love this beat. Alright, so I will say, I think a few of the notes are getting a little away from her, which, for a live performance, I'm not expecting everything to be perfect. It's super difficult to perform it, because we reacted to a lot of music videos. I mean, those are produced, there's so much going into those. So I know the live performance isn't always going to be identical or perfect. I really do like the stage design, too. You had kind of like the fake snow at the beginning. The all white makes it very, like, poppy, like it just stands out. I like the background with like the snowstorm, or because obviously dancing with the ice, it makes sense. And I still do like the message of the song, to not be afraid, like dancing on the ice, showing resilience. The vocals I feel like are slightly too loose. I feel like they need to tighten up a little bit, but overall a solid start. I will say there's just certain people in this competition that you can just see how much it actually means to them, and I feel like she's definitely one of them. They like try not to smile throughout their song, or some people don't care and they just smile throughout the whole song, kind of like Italy's entry. I do appreciate that, because when you take a second to think about it, I mean, this is so many people's dream to represent their country in a stage this big, one of the biggest music competitions in the world. So I just do have that level of respect for actually performing for one. It's insanely difficult, but also thinking about how much it actually means to a lot of these artists. I like the light effects kind of switching to like a darker, like a reddish orange. Some notes I think she's absolutely nailing. I do think there's some that are still a little bit off, but it's not taking too much away from the song. That's a cool effect. Makes your attention focus directly on her, which is nice. I mean, there's a lot of like high notes. One of the things I said in the music video is I kind of wanted her to show more vocal range in this song. And I feel like obviously the song hasn't really been changed, but I think she is trying to incorporate a little more vocal range, which I do appreciate. The design choices for the staging is really cool. It's kind of like, I don't want to say minimal because most of them just are based on the LED screens, but she doesn't have like a band or anything to like add to the staging. So I think just the choices they made with the lighting, how it goes from white to like the red, and then the beam where she was standing on, so it made it very like clear what the focus was. I think the staging definitely helped this performance a lot. The snow was a very nice effect. That added a lot to these shots. Like that closing shot, like you could just see how much it means to her. That's so cool to see. Now, in terms of qualifying, that is a very interesting topic. So I initially had them finishing 11th, so I had them in the final spot, not qualifying. With the songs we've heard, it's still kind of difficult to decide whether this is going to be like a really late qualifier, maybe like a 10th place finish, or if it's going to finish just below. With Montenegro, I feel like their vocals also weren't as tight as they probably should have been, which I had them finishing 10th. I could see those two swapping. I don't know. It's really a 50-50 for me. I think right now for that 10th place is between Montenegro and Belgium, but I'm curious because I also think I had Georgia in my top 10, and after their performance that we reacted to, I feel like they're probably going to drop out of the top 10 unless their fan base is just supporting them all the way through and they actually do make it. So Belgium could squeak into that place, and maybe Belgium and Montenegro make it through, but I'm very interested to see the results. It was a fun performance. The staging was really cool. You could see how much it means to her, and overall I enjoyed it. Now for the tier list, this is kind of an interesting one. I don't know if I don't think I can put an incredible or better than the original. Improved performance, I think the staging was cool, but in terms of vocally, I don't think it was improved. I think it was missing on some aspects. So I think I'm going to put it right next to Montenegro for a slight downgrade. Doesn't mean I didn't like the song. I did enjoy the performance. I just think vocally it needed to tighten up a bit. There was some notes that got away from her. Music video just had a different feel to it. This one was a lot brighter, poppy, I guess you could say. Like it pops out, grabs your attention, which I like, but the overall song I think was just missing a little something. I think vocally she did fine. She hit some really nice notes. I feel like she added some range in, but I do think overall it was a very slight downgrade from the first time we heard it. Now for song number 16, we have San Marino. Last year, San Marino's entry to Tutta Italia was one of my personal favorite songs. I've listened to it so much since that competition. This song I didn't necessarily connect with. I did have it finishing 15th, but maybe a nice live performance will change my mind. Personally, I just think I didn't connect to the chorus, and it felt kind of like a bland and safe song. It's just felt like a song that we've heard over and over again throughout the years. But again, the right energy, the right staging could make a big difference. So let's not waste any time and let's get into San Marino. All right, San Marino's entry. Let's see if they can move up from that 15th place I predicted them. I think you just need to come out with all the energy in the world for this one. Just some nice staging. I know San Marino usually does pretty well with the staging. Oh, that's a cool design. It is a catchy song. Even though it's very generic and safe, it is catchy. Again, the vocals are never a problem. I feel like vocally she's very strong. Okay, energy-wise, she's nailing it. I think she came out exactly how she had to. She looks excited. She's moving around. She's feeling every note that she's singing, which that is a big thing for a song like this. That I feel like they know that they're probably one of the lower rated songs, and because anybody that you could hear talk about Eurovision kind of, I feel like, would say that this song wouldn't qualify for the finals. So she has nothing to lose. She's just having fun with it. The staging is really cool. The diamond walls that she kind of walked out of and they opened up, and then there's just the giant diamond thing in the middle. I love the lights. I think the light effects are really nice. The purple fits really well. She's definitely enjoying herself, and I think she sounds great. Again, I never had any issues with the vocal performance. I think it was always just a matter of, is this song creative enough to make it to the final? Which you can kind of counter that with a performance with energy like this. So I think she's doing well so far. Yeah, she's having so much fun with this song. You love to see that. Eurovision's done a great job with the overhead shots this year. It's catchy. It's got me tapping my foot. That it is a catchy song. That was a little weird, but so before she hits this high note, so I did say it the first time that I watched San Marino's entry. I don't really understand Boy George's involvement in this song. I get he's like a fairly big name, so he could bring people in and get more votes for them. But it just feels like he's not needed. I mean, he says like 2 lines and then he gives some ad-libs towards the end. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about his addition, but it's kind of weird for me. Just feels like he doesn't need to be there. I do think I do think she performed as well. I think it was an improved performance. Yeah, so I do think overall, I think she improved it from the semifinals. It is a catchy song, has me tapping my foot a little on the side. The vocals, again, never were the issue. It still is a very generic song, which is unfortunate because to connect to a song, you kind of want something that grabs your attention that you haven't heard of before, or that takes a different approach to how the song is made. And I don't think this song does that. I loved last year because it was just so much energy, the hype up, Tutta Italia. This one still doesn't fully connect with me. I do think it was improved though, and overall it's just a fun little song. Back to the tier list now, and for San Marino, Last time I had it in the wasn't my style, and I'm not going to say it didn't do it for me because I do think it was kind of entertaining. I'm going to put it in improved performance, and now don't get me wrong, this does not mean that I think it is going to qualify over Montenegro and Belgium. I think these two definitely have a way better chance. But in terms of, this is just comparing their first time around to this time, I think it was better. I think the staging helped, the vocals were nice, she hit some good high notes. I think it was an entertaining watch. Do I think it's going to make the final? No, I don't. But I think they should be proud with this performance. We are at our final song for Eurovision Semi Final 1, and I'm very excited to see the results after this. There's just so many countries that I feel like could squeeze into that top 10, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. Now with our final entry, we have Estonia and their song Too Epic to Be True. Now I believe I put this song in solid song when we were doing our initial tier list for the 35 countries. I think vocally it was decent. I think it could be a little bit better vocally, so I'm definitely looking forward to see how they do it with the live performance. Now for the last time in semifinal 1, let's not waste any time and let's get into Estonia's song. All right, Estonia coming off a 3rd place finish last year. I'm gonna need some energy on this one. Had some really strong entries.
Too epic to be true.
Do love the guitar and the drums that they used in the initial song.
The spark between us broke the cloud for us. Too epic to be true.
I do like the beat a lot of this song. That was always something I really enjoyed with this one.
Maybe this could be heaven. Maybe I'm just a fool. Maybe we're closer than we think. And I've got a clear view.
Decent vocal so far. I think it's sounding pretty good. The drums and the guitars makes this a very catchy song. Okay, I think it's a good start so far. Vocally, it's nice. It hasn't reached it kind of picks up later in the song too. That's when they hit more of the high notes. The second lady, the one playing the guitar that started singing, I think she messed up a few notes a little bit more than the main singer who was standing in the middle. The girl with the guitar on the right, killing it, looks great. There's something about the song. I don't know what it is. There's just something missing for me. That's what I said the first time around too. I do think the actual beat of the song is really nice. The staging is kind of minimal. I do like the lighting and everything that they're using, but it is mostly just them, which is fine. And I think the message for them in specific, I think this is more of just we competed 20 years ago, we're back, we could still do it, and that's awesome to see. And the too epic to be true, I kind of said this last time, it feels like it's too epic for them to be true, that they're coming back after all this time to compete. So that's a cool thing. But I think good start so far. I mean, it's an energetic song, it definitely is. I do think it's more energetic than the music video. I think it's kind of easier, in my opinion, to make it more energetic with the live performance. There's just something about seeing it live, you know that they're performing it live, and it just makes it feel more energetic naturally. The music video, I think it was nice, but I think they are going a little above what they accomplished in that video. And the song is a little bit repetitive, which for me isn't really a problem. I don't mind it, but it feels kind of like the same cadence for a lot of parts throughout the song, which again, I don't really care. It is a catchy song. Again, I'm tapping my foot on the side, but yeah, it's been solid so far. That's a really cool part, getting the fans involved. It's a very fun song. It's a very fun song. I do like all the different colors they're using on the LEDs as well. You had the red and now you have like the gold with the pyro going off. That I do like this performance. I think it was a step up from their music video. The color coordination of the lighting and the LED screens, everything, it went from like white to red to gold towards the end with the pyro. I love the too epic part. Getting the fans involved in that just makes it more fun and more memorable for everybody in the crowd. So that was a really cool part. I think vocally it was a good performance. I didn't have any real issues with it. The song is definitely a catchy one. Do I think this is good enough to make it to the final? Probably not again. I just don't know if they'll have the support behind them that, say, a Montenegro or a Belgium has, just because of it's different genres of music too, so it's kind of difficult to compare them. But I think those two definitely have more of a chance to qualify than this one. But it was a very fun song. Now for Estonia's entry into the tier list, this is our final country on this tier list. And looking at their music video and looking at this live performance, I do believe that this was a step up. I think they improved the performance. They had more energy. The too epic part was probably my favorite part of the song. Just the loud chanting, and then you get the fans involved. It just makes for a more fun performance. And I enjoyed the song. I don't think they're going to make the final, but I'm about to watch the results, so we will find out. Thank you all so much for watching. If you watched just this one, or if you watched all the semifinal reactions, I truly appreciate the support. Please consider leaving a like, comment what you want to see for semifinal 2. We're going to be reacting to all of them. And subscribe to not miss those uploads. I will be reacting to the results for semifinal 1 shortly, and then I will probably post that as a YouTube short just as an update for anybody watching this. And then semifinal 2 starts in a couple hours from the time of filming. So excited for that. We're going through all the countries again, so please in the comments let me know what you want to see. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you for the next one. Peace.